们的 AI 技术不仅中国人在用，外国人也在用哦。这不，今天小杜就请来了一位来中国读大学、做 AI 的孟加拉小哥哥尼希德，让我们看看他用 AI 做了什么有意思的事。
Hello everyone, my name is Nishith and I am currently a senior student at Honan Polytechnic University. Well, I am from Bangladesh, which is a very small country with a huge population surrounded by India. It is the 8th most populous country in the world with a population exceeding 163 million people in an area of 1,47,570 square kilometers. It is also makes it the 6th most densely populated country in the world. Most of the people make living from farming here. Every year, different kinds of natural disasters like cyclones, floods attack the southern part of this country and its agricultural production suffers the most. Growing up in a small village, I have seen the struggle of the farmers since young. I can still remember the night in November 2007 when Cyclone Cedar hit the southwest coast of Bangladesh. After the destruction of crops, trees, houses, and infrastructure, it has left its mark on our place. A few days later, the disease also outbreaks among people and cattle. The inhabitants of this area suffered tremendous damage due to the cyclone and ripple effects. People in Bangladesh is still trying to fight against nature rather than focusing on enriching their capabilities in technologies. My parents presented me with a desktop computer when I was in class 8. Since then, I have had a great interest in computer technology. I used to read several articles on the internet and used to follow some tech channels on YouTube. From there, I came to know about AI and was very excited to see the real application of it, such as the world's first artificial intelligent robot citizen, Sophia. She had visited Dhaka, the capital of Bangladesh, back in 2017. Seeing Sophia's level of artificial intelligence was inspired me to take on the future journey of AI. However, my country is relatively backward in this technical field, so it was not easy for me to find some application of AI in Bangladesh, whereas the whole world outside had started entering the AI era. I was very keen to learn AI, but I had no idea where to start. In 2018, I came to Jongguo to pursue my bachelor's degree. I chose Jongguo as my destination because of the booming tech industry. And when I was in my homeland, I heard that the higher education in Jongguo is more practical based, where in Bangladesh, students do struggle to learn that theory most of the time. Since I came here, I realized that Jongguo is amazing. They are kind and hardworking people, delicious stewed noodles of Honan, and many AI applications in all aspects of life. For example, online shopping, web search, banks, intelligent robot, etc. My first year studying at HP was like a child entering a park full of candy. I realized that there was no better place for me to learn AI. I couldn't wait to start, but the odds after birth are often realistic and cruel. Maybe you have all experienced the situation where the opportunity has come, but you are not ready. To me, with the weak knowledge of foundation, it was difficult to learn AI. I didn't even know the difference between robotics and machine learning. At the same time, please don't forget, I am not Chinese. Different cultures, different food, different languages were really challenging for me back then. Want to hear the truth? I was afraid to waste this opportunity to learn AI, which I cherished the most. Fortunately, I had met some excellent teachers. One of them gave me a piece of good advice that Suza Puta. He led me to the path of learning AI. He provided me some related books and papers to help me clear the basics. Meanwhile, I studied some other subjects like machine learning and the recommended system, which are included in my course curriculum. In this process, I realized that to truly understand the meaning of artificial intelligence, we should not only focus the theories, but also apply them into the real application field. So I started participating in all kinds of competition like programming contest, robotics competition, idea competition, etc. I also won some awards from those. Until one day, I decided to take part in C4 AI competition and was troubled by the fact that I didn't know what to do. My teacher, Ron Sung Yang, asked me, why don't you try using AI to make something your hometown really needs? As I said, I am from a country where the farmers still follow the ancient farming techniques. It was very different in Zhongguo. I also saw that the company in Suzhou used Baidu Parallel deep learning technology and teach visual navigation to tractors and agricultural robots, which allowed them to adjust their direction according to the plantings of seedlings in order to better manage right seedlings. Agriculture and artificial intelligence are natural fit. Encouraged by this, my fellow classmate and I decided to form a team to study chicken poop. Oh, don't laugh. In recent years, about 30% of poultry folk in Bangladesh died annually due to several disease outbreaks. The farmers used to lose their fully grown crops or poultry when the disease outbreaks happen. We thought it was significant to judge the health status of chicken by identifying the shape and color of the feces. Once this function is successfully developed, it can also be applied on ducks, geese, and other domestic birds. I think this will effectively prevent the transmission of disease among poultry and keep people away from stinky chicken nests. The poultry industry in Bangladesh is booming, with educated young people joining this sector and become self-reliant. If they can benefit from the fruits of AI, they will grow even faster. But the first challenge of the project we encountered was collecting the data. Nearby Jiaozhou city, we didn't find any poultry farm where we can collect the data. Therefore, another teammate tried to collect the data from Bangladesh. However, because of the pandemic, she also failed. So we had to search for online data. We collected about 1,300 feces image data and around 990 of them were usable. You know, when we opened the folder full of more than 900 photos of chicken droppings, my only thought was, oh shit. What's more terrible was that we had to stare at each of the photos for more than 2 minutes. If we want to identify the health status of chicken through chicken manure, we need to label each piece of data. We used Baidu EasyDL to classify the color, shape, and the size of chicken manure. We marked 2 to 3 levels for each data on average to make the recognition rate more accurate. This process lasted almost 1.5 months. Every day, we stared at the faces on computer screen. Trust me, you never want to see what I have seen. The only good thing is that the photos have no smell. Let's put it this way. I was worried that EasyDL would dislike our project and go on strike quietly. Fortunately, it didn't. It was dedicated and efficient. EasyDL lowered the threshold of learning AI. In EasyDL platform, hard coding is not required. Also, it doesn't require any building an algorithm architecture. Therefore, anybody can implement their idea using this platform. In the first version, we achieved about 82.88% accuracy, which was pretty low compared to what we were expecting. Then we removed some faulty data and unclear images from the dataset. Finally, we had to be satisfied with 96.96% accuracy, 96.51% MAP, and 93.49% recall rates. After staring at chicken poop day and night for months, we fully achieved the goal of determining the health status of the chicken by examining their excrements. And I don't like chicken anymore. In November, we took this project to the final of C4 AI competition. In the 15 minutes of defense, the past experience of mine was vivid. I thought of Sophia, the first night in Zhongguo, the teachers who helped me, and the time with chicken excrement. A good story ends with a good ending. My companion and I won the second prize in the competition. I told my family and friends about our success, and they are very proud of me now. Since I told my 12-year-old younger sister about the project and the data we used in the project, she called me the engineer of shit. Well, what do I call myself then? I call myself a learner. I have been in Zhongguo for 3 years. I have been here to learn Chinese culture, learn to eat stewed noodles with chopsticks, learn AI, learn to use EasyDL, and learn how to think. In the future, I want to bring what I learned in Zhongguo back to Bangladesh. Looking back on my country, I think that AI can be used to improve various industries in daily life, such as medical, transport, agriculture, e-commerce, classroom management, etc. After learning technology, I feel that the boundary of my thoughts has also been widened. And I began to look at various problems in life from different perspectives. No matter what problem I encounter, I instinctively think, can this problem be solved with AI? As a foreigner who came all the way to study, I never understood AI. Now I try to solve problems with AI. From the beginning, I was afraid of what I cannot achieve. But now I can try it boldly. I found that the so-called limit is just an illusion. We should break the limit of life through learning. Thank you.
谢谢小哥哥，这段分享真是有意思。光想想收集数据、标注数据的画面，就已经很辣眼睛了。